I'll be serious, I promise.
Well, we know.
I need to hide these from you.
Do you do like an intro thing?
Yeah. What's up, you guys? It's Molly. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome to another video. As you can see, I have a very special guest here with me, my little Allison, and I realized about a few days ago that I really needed to film this video. This was one that I really did want to do, and just for you guys to get the chance to get to know her and get to know like a little bit about our big little process, finding each other as big little and all of that. So I have a bunch of questions for her to answer. She has no idea what the questions are.
Literally no clue.
I put a question story up on my Instagram, which if you don't follow me, I'll put it on the screen because I'll do a bunch of other Q&As and different things in the future. Yeah, we're just gonna get right into it. Some of these are for both of us, some of them are for me.
I'm sure these are both still wearing our seatbelts. Why?
So we're just gonna start with the first question, which is very basic. What's your major?
My major is public health on the pre-med track. So fun.
Can't relate to that. My big Sarah is a nursing major, so I was like, ooh, okay. That gives you a little bit of support.
Yeah.
Because as a PR major, like, I don't
Very
know
different
anything.
majors, for
Yes,
sure.
very different. I feel like, I mean, I don't know. I always wanted to do public health, so like when you told me that, I was like, oh, that's so cool.
It's pretty interesting because it's more like the people side of it than like just like the science side of it.
Because you like get to do like bio and chem and all that stuff, which I always found really interesting. Like growing up, I always thought I was gonna do pre-med, but
it's also like a lot of like psychology and like which is cool. So.
I just took a 180. So my next question is, where are you from?
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm like 30 minutes north of Atlanta, but I feel like everyone in Georgia, if they live in that area, they're from Atlanta. But yeah, I love it. I love living in Atlanta. It's a lot of fun.
Okay, so the next question is, why did you choose Alabama?
I have two older sisters, if you're watching, hey. And when I was touring schools, they were like, when you find your school, you're gonna get that feeling. Yeah. Like, it's so stupid and like so cliche. And I was like, okay, whatever, like that's not true, but okay. And so I probably toured like 4 schools before coming here. 4? Yeah, I toured, because I toured UGA, I toured a few schools in Georgia, I toured Florida State, and like I'd been to South Carolina. Yeah. And when I went to all of them though, I was like, oh, I really like it, but I just didn't get like that feeling. And then literally though, like the second I got out of my car, like on this campus, I was like, what's happening? Yeah, no. And I just like fell in love. Like the environment felt very like homey, and I just felt really comfortable being here without like feeling like I had to try, if that makes any sense.
Because I remember I toured, you're gonna freak out at this, I toured over 10 before I came here. Like, I was like everywhere. Like, I didn't
even apply to 10 schools.
I applied to 15.
What the?
And so I think
I applied to 6 or 7.
See, that's like a pretty average number. Like, I just did not know what I wanted. Like, I knew I wanted Southern, but I kind of was willing to like look at everything. And so when I toured Georgia, I was like happy enough. I was like, I feel like I could go here. And like my mom was looking at condos like to buy me, like to like live in and everything. Like, she was like, when we visit, like we want to have somewhere to stay, like we're gonna look in Athens, whatever. And we came here like 4 months later, and my mom kind of was just like, I feel like this is just kind of like the last hurrah, like just like see, it's probably not gonna happen though. And during finals week, and normally like during finals week, like I toured UVA during finals week, and it was like Depression City.
Oh God.
Like everyone was like
studying. I toured
here
during
like,
finals week.
I toured here too. So like I toured UVA, and like obviously UVA is like very prestigious, and like UVA just how it is. Yeah. But they were all like not having, like didn't seem happy or like anything, and I was kind of like, okay, but like it's finals, like it's not that deep. Yeah. Come here, and everyone's still like so nice, so welcoming, and like wanted to like show me around, and like took time out of like a stressful week. Yeah. And it was like, even in middle of December, crappy situations, I loved it.
Because I feel like no matter who you are, every different kind of person at this school has so much like pride for this school. Yeah. So like no matter what, like they want you to like get as much of like the full experience as you can.
And we get so much hate here for not being peppy. This is probably the most school-spirited school I've ever been to.
Like, even if it's not during like a game day weekend or whatever, I'll just be walking to class and someone's like, roll Tide. Yeah. I'm like, roll Tide. Like, literally everywhere you go. Yeah. So, like, the entire city is like Roll Tide.
Centered around, yeah. And it's honestly so much more fun.
I love it.
Yeah.
it just makes it a lot more
and
fun.
we're just in so many, like, we're in such different, like, schools too. Like, the fact that we have such different experiences, like, we're, like, school-wise and love it so much.
Yeah, for sure.
That's, like, phenomenal. So my next question is, why Pi-Fi?
Okay. Funny story. So before Rush happened, I did like the typical thing I feel like most girls who are rushing here do, and I like went on YouTube and I searched like anything about this school. Not even just like Rush, just like anything I could find about this school.
Yeah.
And the people's videos that I watched was yours, Gracie's, and Lauren's. And I just loved all of your videos.
Aww.
And just cause like obviously all of y'all go here, and so like I knew that the information I was getting like was strictly about this school.
Yeah.
All three of you are Pi-Phis. And so because all of y'all are Pi-Phis, like I would see a lot of footage about Pi-Phi and like, and I was like, Pi-Phi looks so, like in all the clips and stuff from all the videos I would see, every single time I saw or heard anything about Pi-Phi, I was like, oh my god, the girls look so cute, and like everyone seems so nice in these videos, like what's happening? And I was like, there's no way that they're actually being genuine. Like they know there's a camera. Like they know there's a camera.
Yeah.
Like they're putting on a show. They know it's gonna go online, whatever.
Yeah.
And so then Rush happened and it was virtual. And which was kind of nice, but obviously I wished it was in person. But at the same time, like there were pros and cons to it for sure. Every single time, like I looked forward to having Pi-Phi on my schedule every single day. There was one specific thing that happened during Rush where I was like I need to go Pi-Phi, and it was during philanthropy round. And the girl who was rushing me, she was like, I was like, oh, what's Camille?
Oh my god, yeah, she's in my class.
Yeah, so she was one of the girls who rushed me during philanthropy round, and I was like, oh, what's your name, blah, 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 and she was like, what's your name? And so we were just like, you know, basic stuff. And then she was like, I'm not gonna ask you what your major is or why you chose to come to Alabama, because you've been asked that 20 times today. Like, tell me something fun that you did over the summer. Yeah. Or like, and then that like spiraled into us just talking about like skydiving and food and like the most random stuff. Yeah. And I realized like in the middle of it that I was literally just like leaning back in my chair and I was like so calm. Yeah. And it was probably the most fun I had had in a conversation the entire time during Rush. But then that kept happening. Like every girl that rushed me, like I just had so much fun. And like I did, like I remember the party ended because like Zoom, it just cuts you off. Yeah. And like we were mid-sentence and I remember it ended and I was like, oh crap, like I wanted to finish what I was saying because like we just had so much fun. And then on bid day, like Nicole was one of the girls that rushed me, and she like came up to me and she was like, we didn't get to finish what we were talking about, like I want to, and like she remembered like what we talked about, and like every time rounds happened the girls remembered stuff about me, like, and I just like could tell that they cared. Yeah. And I just felt so at home, and I just like knew it was where I was meant to be. Yeah.
I mean, I actually figured, like, I don't say figured out, I realized I wanted to go Pi-Phi philanthropy round too. Yeah. But it was like funny to me because I would go into other houses, like, I don't know, each round, honestly. It wasn't any specific round I felt like this, but it was almost like they were more focused on like how I could go further in their chapter, like for their Rush purpose, and not really like go further in their chapter because they felt like I belonged.
Literally, I feel the exact same way because a lot of the other girls talk to me about like leadership and like how I would be in their chapter, which obviously leadership is a very big part of being in a sorority. Like the entire time it felt like Pi-Phi wanted to know how I as a person would benefit their chapter instead of like as just a leadership role, which like meant more to me, obviously. So yeah.
Okay, so the next question is, where or when did you meet? We did not meet during Rush. I actually didn't really participate in Rush except for bid day because I couldn't move into my apartment until 3 days before bid day, and I had to take 2 days off to move in, so like I already was basically not going to be able to do
like anything. She didn't even rush me, and I didn't run home to her on bid day.
Yeah, like she wasn't in my pod either.
Well, it was kind of funny because like I knew who you were because I literally watched your YouTube videos, like because I was trying to get to know everything about Alabama and like sorority stuff, and like so I just watched your videos, and we met like 5 minutes before bid day, like ended,
yeah,
I saw her like across the room, and I'm not even kidding, I like low-key fangirled. I was, because it's just weird, like when you watch someone like
yeah,
on whatever,
no,
and then
yeah.
like it's just weird.
Yeah.
And so I remember like walking over because one of my friends was like in like the circle where we were all talking, and you and I just immediately started talking, and then they had the, like, we call them like pod leaders, who like, it's like older girls who like take a group of the new members and they like show them around and they like get to know them, whatever. So she was like walking a group of us back to our dorms after bid day, and the dorm that she happened to be walking the girls back to was my dorm. I was like, oh my god, like this is great, we can like talk while we walk back to my dorm. And so I remember us leaving the house, and it's probably from Pi-Fi to my dorm, it's probably like a 15-minute walk. It's a good walk. And we literally talked the entire time. Just about like the most random stuff. And I literally remember thinking in my head, I was like, what if she's like my big? I was like, what if she ended up being my big? Like, what, like this is weird.
No, did I ever tell you the story about when you left?
I think so.
Okay, well, so I was walking with, my friend Lexi and I were pod leaders together, and then her friend Hannah, the three of us were walking all of you back. And so y'all, like, we dropped y'all off like at all the separate dorms, or like in the cluster we like walked with, and everyone went inside and we were walking back, and I literally said to them, I go, bro, I think she's my little. I was like dead set. I was like dead ass, this girl's gonna be my little. I knew from the second I met her, I was like, this girl is gonna be my little.
No, but like literally same.
If you just have like a normal conversation with someone, and like you can tell when it's like a very tight vibe.
It was just such an easy like bond, and like it was just so comfortable. I feel like
if
like
you don't
I
feel
didn't
awkward
have to
or anything.
I don't know, it was just so like,
I know, and I was so nervous because normally girls, like my big rushed me, and so I kind of like knew she was gonna be my big before rush even ended, and so I was like nervous. I was like, I'm not doing rush really, like how am I gonna find a little? Like obviously we do the big little process and everything, but I was like,
I don't know, but and then and we hadn't even met yet. Like it's just so crazy.
It was really weird. Okay, the next question is first impressions of each other. Okay, so I'm like a very introverted person, and so like I don't know, I don't really have like the guts to like go up to someone and just like start talking to them all the time. Like it's not really me. And you came up to me like so sweet and so happy, and I was like, this girl is like the sweetest human being I've ever met, and like it almost like made it easier for me to like, I don't know how to explain it, like not going through rush. I was like nervous to like meet girls because I was like, who are these people? Like I don't know anyone, and it was just like so easy, and you were just like very like normal and chill, and like I feel like that was part of the reason too, like I knew you were gonna be my little, is because like we just like had a very similar like personality, and like we weren't very like,
it's not like obnoxious,
it's not obnoxious. Like I hate that, because you came up to me and I was like, oh my god, she's so sweet. Like we literally talked pretty much from that moment till I dropped you off at your dorm. That was probably like 25 minutes.
Yeah, and like the entire time we were talking, and it wasn't like awkward or like,
and you were just like so weird. Like just like a genuinely nice, down-to-earth person. Like literally that was how it was, and I was like, girl, the second you left, I said,
I mean, like literally same though, because like obviously I didn't like know you, but I like knew kind of like who you were. Yeah. But my first impression, like you are exactly how you are in your videos. Like if any of you are wondering if she is actually how she is in her videos, I promise you she is. Like, because I remember being like you didn't seem any different to me. You were so natural. You were just so welcoming, and I remember like, because Rush was virtual, I was nervous that it was gonna be harder to like meet people and for it to be genuine on bid day, because like none of us had met in person. And so, which was really weird, but it literally had felt like I had known you forever, yet we had like just started talking. Okay, so the next question's for me. This was from your sister, I think, because she said Allie. Hey Jill. She goes, what made you want Allie to be your little? Okay, so obviously bid day was like, I was pretty much certain I wanted to have her, and I had you for big little the first week. And so what did we went to Agent, didn't we? We went, okay, so. No, we went to Baked Bear. Yeah, we went to a lot. We hung out a lot. That's like, probably why I thought it was Agent. Yeah, like I hung out with her like pretty much that entire like time. Because I knew that even if you weren't gonna be my big, I still wanted to be friends with you. God, of course. So we would text each other and just be like, wanna go get dinner tonight, wanna go do this, and like, and because I like wanted, regardless of like who my little ended up being, I wanted to have
friends in the new pledge class, because like it's only a year difference. Like sometimes people make it a big deal. Like the reason I really like Pi Phi is because it does not matter if you're a freshman, a senior, junior, whatever.
No,
like
not at all.
If you're sitting at the house and maybe you're sitting by yourself, someone could just come sit with you and talk to you like you've known them for years.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're
wearing like Pi Phi or something on like your shirt or whatever, like if another, like, and if you're just walking around on campus, if another Pi Phi sees you, like they will talk to you.
They will say hi, yeah.
Like, which I was not expecting to happen, but like everybody just talks to everyone.
Obviously we were hanging out like throughout the Big Little process, but we went to Baked Fair for our Pi Pal thing. And obviously like it like felt like we hadn't, because that was probably what, 2 weeks since we'd hung out or like seen each other post bid day, right?
Well, I came to your apartment and then we went to Fruitables.
Oh, good point. Oh my god, we hung out so many times. Yeah. We literally hung out like 5 separate times. Okay, so Pi Pal pretty much was like 4 or 5 times hanging out in. I don't know, like it just felt like normal. Like I wanted to have a little that I like could hang out with all the time.
No, that was like a really big thing for me too though, is because I know like there are some Big Little bonds where like they're just not as close with them, or like they just they like, either don't get along or just whatever the case may be. And like I knew that I wanted a Big who was going to be like my best friend, and like who I knew I could, I don't know, just have like a really close bond with. And like we immediately had that, and like it just made everything so much easier.
It's very rare that someone's personality is so similar to yours that like you get along and don't get sick of each other.
There was one thing that I remember us talking about where I was like, oh my god, we have the same brain.
When we were talking about how much we like hate like,
such a low tolerance for like, I don't know, just like dumb stuff. And we were just talking about that, and I literally said to her, I was like, I like have such a low tolerance, and then she goes, for stupid things, and I was like, yes. Like, and I was just like, oh my god, like she's in my brain.
How would Allie describe her Big Little process overall?
It was good, but girl, let me tell you, I got stressed.
Really?
Yes. Because, okay, so because I knew that I wanted you as my Pi Pal, and I knew that I wanted you to be my Big. Like before, I honestly, I knew that I wanted you to be my Big, like since bid day. Like I just knew. I loved the other girls who were like, I had during like the Big Little weeks, like I still talk to them. I remember, cause like I feel like I overthink a lot of things. And so like you never know something until you know. And so literally I was like, well, what if like she just doesn't want me? Like I know we're like really close, but just like what if? And like I was just like freaking out. I was just like, because you never know until you know. We went out with Nicole, Liv, Hope, and Lena. And we went to B-Phil's, and we all got dinner. Who was like my friends and her friends, like in our grades. And we were sitting there at dinner, and we bonded over our love for Harry Styles and One Direction. Like we are obsessed. And so we were talking, if any of you know anything about James Corden, Harry Styles and all that, you know about Corden's Angels and how they did like a dodgeball tournament and that whole thing. And so we were talking about like how like we both love that, and how just like fun we think it is, and how we just like love all that. As it as the end of Big Little happened and we had to like fill out the form, I remember us texting each other, and I was like, just filled out my form, haha, like, and she was like, oh my god, me too. I remember after that I was talking to my roommates, and I was like, but like what if she didn't? They literally were like, stop, like she did. And I was like, but what if? And then I knew, because like I knew officially, because the day of Big Little, or the day before, when I got like my costume, it was like the Corden's Angels outfit.
I think you would have been a little bit
done
scared.
A totally random idea, I would have been like, she's not my Big. I would have been so thrown off. Like me and like my close group of girlfriends, like in my member class, are all of their Bigs are like in her friend group. But that was like honestly so like, that was just like such a coincidence.
It was so random.
Because we all of us were like already starting to become friends before the Big Little process even started.
I know, it was so
weird. Which is like really weird. Now the fact that like we all are like Bigs and Littles,
one
and
giant
like,
family.
like it's honestly so much fun.
What are your favorite qualities about each other?
I love how like driven you are. Like I feel like you're So like I would not be able to keep up like your schoolwork, you're in capstone agency, you have a YouTube channel. Like I feel like you have so much, but you're so good at what you do, and like you're so passionate about like what you're interested in, which like I really admire. I love just like how genuine you are. You've honestly made like the transition, especially with COVID, like so much easier, and like just having someone that I can like rely on is like really nice.
And so like you said, I am very focused when I do homework. This might sound so minor, but I'm always at the house working away, and even if like I'm like look stressed as hell, she'll come over and like talk to me and give me a hug and like be so sweet, and like it's just like you're very just like supportive and like welcoming, sweet, genuine. Like you're always just like there to like make people's days better. You're also very driven though, like don't sell yourself short. Yo,
true.
Like girl, you're pre-med, you're driven. Oh my gosh, yeah. And you're just like so fun. Like you're very laid back, I feel like, but you just like make anything like funny and like lighthearted, which is rare because I feel like I'm kind of a glass half empty type of girl, and I feel like you're not, but that's good because I need that in my life.
I feel like we balance each other very well.
We really do. Like we're very similar, but there are some things that I feel like just like even like us out, you're just like a, I don't know, you're just like a good like light to be around, I swear. The last question is favorite memory together so far.
There's a lot.
I know.
Oh my god. Well, okay. We go on a lot of like lunch and dinner dates. We go to Chipotle a decent amount, and there was one time we were at Chipotle and we were leaving Chipotle, and one of my best friends, Lena, hey girl if you're watching, and one of her good friends, Liv, they're big littles, and big and little, whatever. And so they were like across the street, and we were leaving Chipotle, and we were like waving at them because we saw them, and Lena like looked in the complete opposite direction and started waving at somebody else, but we thought that she was just waving at like nothing. And so we were like dying laughing on like the side of the road because, and even Olivia was like, wait, what's happening? And then we like went over there and she was like, oh no, I was waving at this person, and we were like, oh. And like that was literally just like such a funny
it was like
moment.
So random, but so funny.
It was so random, but it was like, it was just funny for us.
Oh, so the one time we went and got our nails done, so we had, Pi Fi was a queen for this. They did give us,
Pi Fi for this.
Yes, they gave us gift cards to go get our nails done because like obviously we can't do a lot of like social events right now.
Stuff,
and so obviously that's something you can do that's sisterhood related, like with your
just
sisters.
like one-on-one.
Just like one-on-one or like a small group.
Yeah.
So it's a place I don't normally go to get my nails done, and I am very particular about where I get my nails done. Let's just start there. So I had this idea in mind of what I wanted my nails to look like, and it was like nude like dip and then black like
super cute design.
Like I don't know how to explain, like the outline kind of that everyone wants right now. Sheer and nude are not the same color.
It turned into like a whole thing.
And I showed him the picture like 10 times of what I wanted, and he kept saying, okay, I'm good, like put your phone away basically. I was like, okay. So it did not turn out the way I wanted. I was already there. We were there for like 2 hours, but I was like being so nice to him because I hate being like critical of people. It's like my least favorite thing, like confrontation, being critical of people. No, hate it. So I was like, yeah, they look great, thank you. Paid with the gift card, left.
We get in the car
and I go, this is not what I wanted. And I was like, I was pissed off. Kind of like look at our nails and we're like getting ready to go. And we like look at each other and we're like, that was not good. And I go, well, never going back there. And it was like, it was such an unfortunate thing.
But it was like, so funny.
We like made it fun and like lighthearted, and it was, I don't know, like,
because even while we were there and like when I was done, I like came over and I like sat next to her and we were just like talking, and then like she like I remember he was like doing something with your nails. He like did something completely wrong, and she was like, oh, like please blah 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 this,
and the one was like literally like
well, and so she looked at me and she just like made a face and she was like,
the amount of courage it took me to even correct this man, I was sweating bullets in there. Like I hate
because you just like won't say anything.
Oh my god, no. Someone could literally cut off my tone, like
and
my
she'd
fingernail,
be like, thank you,
and I'd be
please
like,
go ahead.
It looks great, thanks. Okay guys, that is it for this My Little Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button down below, and be sure to follow me and Allison on our Instagrams. I will put both down in the description so you guys can just stay up to date with like all the things we're doing as a big little duo. And I will also link down below all of our past videos, big little reveal, big little vlogs, so you guys can catch up on those. So yes, that is it for this video. I will see you guys next time.